Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Ultrabooks.
Starting at number 5.
Lenovo IdeaPad. The Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i Chromebook 14, 2023, is our best cheap laptop pick. This compact model is a great option if you only need a simple device for light productivity tasks like text processing, web browsing, and video playback. The Core i3 configuration, paired with an FHD display, 8GB of RAM, and 128GB of storage, is regularly on sale through Lenovo. The cheaper configurations with an Intel N100 or N200 CPU and/or 4GB of RAM are fine if you have an extremely light workload. Just know that they'll get bogged down quickly when multitasking. As for the display, avoid the 768p TN display and get a model with a 1080p, touch-sensitive IPS panel. Not only does it look sharper, but it also has better viewing angles and color reproduction. Unfortunately, the keyboard feels slightly mushy, and the touchpad is small and sometimes unresponsive. Its 1080p webcam is excellent, which is surprising for a budget-friendly Chromebook. The battery lasts around 13 hours of light use and charges over USB-C. Lastly, ensure you can do everything through a Chrome browser or Android app because Chrome OS is limited in the type of applications you can install.
Coming at number 4.
ASUS VivoBook. The best budget laptop we've tested is the ASUS VivoBook 16M1605, 2023. This 16-inch ultra-portable feels well built for the price, and it isn't overly bulky for a 16-inch device, so it's still easy to carry around. You can configure it with an AMD Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7 CPU, which are more than adequate to handle productivity tasks like text processing, web browsing, spreadsheets, and video playback. As for the RAM, it has 8GB soldered onto the motherboard and a SODIMM slot, so if you can't find a model with 16GB, you can always get an 8GB model and upgrade it yourself. Battery life is okay at around 8 hours of light use, so depending on your workload, you may have to plug it in for a quick charge. This model delivers a pretty good user experience overall. It has a spacious full-size keyboard with a numpad, which is handy for those working with lots of numbers, as well as a large and responsive touchpad. You get Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity, a fingerprint sensor for quick logins, and a decent port selection with 3 USB-As, a USB-C, and an HDMI. Unfortunately, the USB-C doesn't support video output, so you'll have to rely on the HDMI to connect an external display. Our main gripe with this laptop is the display. Its 1080p resolution looks reasonably sharp at this screen size, however, it's quite dim, as it only reaches 250 candelas per square meter of brightness, so visibility may be an issue in well-lit rooms. It also looks a bit washed out due to its narrow color gamut.
At number 3.
Lenovo Yoga 7i. Our mid-range pick is the Lenovo Yoga 7i 16, 2023, another Windows 2-in-1 convertible. This well-built model has a 16-inch display, giving you plenty of room for split-screen multitasking. You can choose between an FHD Plus or QHD Plus panel. The latter looks sharper and gets brighter to combat glare, but neither are as nice as the display on the HP Spectre X3 6014, 2024, above. Don't worry about the higher resolution draining the battery. Even the QHD Plus model lasts around 12 hours of light use. The keyboard feels great to type on and includes a numpad, which is great for those working with lots of numbers. You also get Wi-Fi 6E, a fingerprint sensor, a facial recognition camera, and Thunderbolt 4 ports. It's available with Intel 13th Gen U and P series CPUs, which are plenty fast for general productivity tasks. The only complaint is that the webcam image has an unnatural tint, and the microphone picks up some background noise. The Acer Chromebook Spin 714, 2022, is another mid-range option worth checking out. It's also a 2-in-1 convertible with stylus support, but it has a smaller 14-inch screen and runs Chrome OS. Its smaller size makes it more portable, but there isn't as much screen real estate. Performance is not a problem with its Intel 12th Gen CPUs, and its battery life is amazing at over 13 hours of light use. Unfortunately, this model is getting harder to find because there's a newer version. While we haven't tested it, it looks largely the same design-wise. The upgrades include newer and faster Intel 13th Gen CPUs and a 1440p webcam. The major limitation is the Chrome OS, as not every application is available on this platform.
Number 2 of my list.
Apple 2024 MacBook. If you only need a laptop for light productivity and media consumption, get the Apple MacBook Air 13, 2024. This 13.6-inch model is thin and lightweight, making it easy to carry around, and like the Apple MacBook Pro 14, M3, 2024, above, it feels incredibly well built, sporting a full aluminum chassis. Working on this laptop feels amazing. It has a sharp, bright IPS display, a spacious keyboard, and a gigantic haptic touchpad. Apple's M3 SoC can easily handle light productivity tasks and even some light video editing and 3D graphics. Plus, it's remarkably power efficient, resulting in 11 to 12 hours of battery life. The port selection isn't great. It only has 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports. It can output to 2 external displays, but only with the lid closed. The Apple MacBook Air 15, 2024, is also a good choice if you want a bigger screen. It comes with better sounding speakers but costs more. For Windows users, we recommend the HP Spectre X36014, 2024. Like the MacBook Air, it provides a great user experience with its all-aluminum chassis, comfortable keyboard, and responsive touchpad. Unlike the MacBook, this laptop is a 2-in-1 convertible, so you can use it as a tablet with touchscreen and pen support. Its 120Hz 2.8K OLED display is sharper and smoother, although dimmer than the Apple's Retina display. Also nice to have are the 4K webcam, support for the latest Wi-Fi 7 standard, and a wider port selection, including 1 USB-A port, 2 USB-C ports, and a 3.5mm mic/headphone jack. Battery life is similar to the MacBook. It's available with Intel Core Ultra CPUs. They perform similarly to Apple's M3 SoC and are more than adequate to handle general productivity and media consumption. Finally, you can configure this laptop with up to 32 GB of RAM and up to 2 TB of user-replaceable storage.
And number 1.
Apple 2023 MacBook. The best laptop we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 14, M3, 2023. This premium mobile workstation has a sturdy build, a compact design, and an incredible battery life. It provides an excellent user experience with its sharp 120Hz mini LED display, spacious keyboard, and gigantic, easy-to-use touchpad. Equipped with Apple's new M3 Pro/Max SoCs, it can handle even the most demanding workloads. The new chips bring better performance, compared to the M2, as well as ray tracing and increased memory support up to 128 GB. The display is suitable for color-critical work like photo and video editing, as it has a wide color gamut and superb factory calibration. The Apple MacBook Pro 16, M3, 2023, is also a good choice if you need more screen space and don't mind paying more. It's the same device, but with better-sounding speakers. A great Windows alternative is the Dell XPS 16, 2024. This 16-inch mobile workstation is considerably bigger than its Apple counterpart and is also a premium laptop with a great user experience. Available with Intel Core Ultra 7 or 9 CPUs, and up to an RTX 4070 GPU, 64 GB of RAM, and 4 TB of storage, this laptop is well suited to resource-intensive workloads like programming and 3D modeling. Unlike the MacBook Pro, the RAM and storage are user-replaceable. Display options include a bright, sharp 4K plus OLED display with full DCI-P3 and Adobe RGB coverage for color-critical work. The keyboard and touchpad are the biggest pain points. The edge-to-edge keycap design coupled with awkwardly sized keys, the caps lock is too large, for example, results in many accidental touches while you adjust. Finally, because the front deck is made from a single piece of glass, you can't see where the edges of the touchpad are.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.